If you're in your 20s or 30s, there's a really good chance you have the same memory that I do to waking up one cold December morning in 2011 to a brand new copy of the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Excited to play through one of the best stories Call of Duty has ever put together, where you have moments like the hijacked plane sequence, finally taking out Makarov since the beginning of Modern Warfare 1. Or my personal favorite, the ridiculous Battle of New York that finally brought the fight in Call of Duty to American soil. And now, as the majority of us sit here as adults, we get to finally relive those moments, or maybe experience them for the first time in a completely new climax to the Modern Warfare series with the remake of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. But if you're short on time like a lot of us are nowadays, then let me help you out. Here is the complete story of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The campaign starts on the night of November 10th, 2023, as a Russian private military group known as the Konni Group launches an attack on a prison complex well known by all of us if you've played a single Call of Duty game since 2019. It's the prison located in the original Warzone map of Verdansk known as Zordaya Prison. Their objective is to descend into the lower levels of the prison and locate prisoner 627, whose identity turns out to be Commander Vladimir Makarov. Makarov is the leader of the Konni Group, who was imprisoned for multiple terrorist attacks 4 years ago. With the help of his PMC, Makarov successfully escapes Zordaya. We pick up with Task Force 141, led by Captain Price, who learns of Makarov's escape through CIA Station Chief Laswell. As a shock appears on all their faces, they begin to search for him, knowing the danger that he and the Konni Group bring to the world. Just a few hours after Makarov's escape, we pick up with Farah and Alex of the Urzikstan Liberation Force en route to pick up ballistic missiles being supplied by General Shepard of the US military and Commander Graves of the US PMC Shadow Company. The port where the missiles are being stored is attacked by Makarov's Konni Group and are stolen. However, before the Konni Group is successful, Farah is able to put a GPS tracker on 2 of the 3 missiles. After learning about the attack on the port, Task Force 141 and Laswell start to track their movements. They uncover that the Konni Group isn't just in the process of moving the missiles, but they have also taken control of a nuclear power plant in Urzikstan. Task Force 141 launches an operation to stop them from acquiring what is believed to be nuclear material left behind following the death of General Roman Barkov in Modern Warfare 2019. However, Price finds out that the plant is carrying leftover chemical materials that Barkov had hidden within and that Makarov plans to refine into a deadly chemical weapon. The Konni Group is able to leave with the majority of the chemicals while one is damaged, almost killing Captain Price during his escape from the power plant. Laswell is able to track down one of the missing missiles to an abandoned bunker complex in Urzikstan built during the Cold War. Task Force 141, assisted by Farah, attack the complex while Laswell heads to a Russian military base in Verdansk to meet up with a contact about the stolen chemicals. During their attack on the bunker, the missile loaded with the deadly chemical is armed. Price and Farah successfully stop the launch by closing the blast bay doors, detonating the missile inside of the bunker, sealing in the gas. However, it is discovered that the 2 other missiles loaded with the gas have been launched and are heading towards the Russian base that Laswell is currently on. Before the missiles impact, Laswell is able to meet with FSB agent Yuri Volkov, a former Konni mercenary. Yuri supplies a flash drive containing information on the chemical weapons Barkov had been making, but reveals that the Kremlin denies all involvement in the project. The missiles hit during their meeting, and the base quickly becomes engulfed in the deadly gas. Laswell is able to escape to a roof of a building where she is rescued by Nikolai piloting a helicopter. The missile strike leads to Farah's ULF being framed with attacking a Russian military base with US missiles armed with deadly gas. In wake of the attack, Makarov has a Kastovian airliner destroyed using a vest bomb strapped forcefully onto a former ULF fighter who was traveling abroad. The bombing is successfully carried out, again framing ULF as a terrorist organization while also showing that Makarov will sacrifice his own Russian people to further his goals of returning Russia to glory. His ultimate goal in doing this is to start a proxy war between the West-backed ULF and the East-backed Kastovia while making the ULF look like the greater evil of the two, and his plan is working. To prevent any escalation of tensions between the West and the East, Farah and Alex swiftly remove any evidence of ULF involvement at the plane's crash site in Urzikstan before local authorities arrive, despite Konni's efforts to prevent this. Task Force 141 and Laswell learn that Makarov was on the plane and behind the attacks. We learned that 4 years ago, Price had a chance to take him out after a terrorist attack that was orchestrated on the Verdansk Stadium and detonating explosives in the Verdansk airport. Instead, they arrested him where he went to prison and began organizing these attacks behind a cell door that are unfolding today. In wake of the attacks on the military base and airline, Price is forced to reluctantly accept assistance from General Shepard, who is seeking a chance to return to the United States after being forced into hiding following the events of Modern Warfare 2, and Philip Graves, who somehow escaped a destroyed burning tank in Las Almas. Through the intel provided by Shepard, the group captures and interrogates Makarov's financer, Melina Romanov. Soap and Ghost successfully infiltrate her estate, and she reveals that Makarov is in St. Petersburg, where he has bought a few abandoned buildings. It is revealed that Makarov knows of Melania's betrayal through an unknown shadow company captive and leaves the St. Petersburg compound before Task Force 141 arrives. However, they do not come away empty-handed and are able to capture Kony Group's second-in-command, Andrea Nolan, via Skyhook. Laswell is able to crack Nolan's phone and intercept text messages to and from Makarov. She informs Task Force 141 that the Kony Group is moving someone or something to an abandoned Soviet prison complex in Siberia. Taking a chance that someone is Makarov, Task Force 141 attacks the convoy by detonating underwater charges as it crosses a frozen lake. Upon taking the captive into their custody, it turns out to be a disgruntled General Shepard. While he denies turning over any intel to the Kony Group, it is clear that he did, as Makarov is once again not where the intel said he would be. Captain Price presents General Shepard with a deal in exchange for his safety, aka not leaving him in the middle of Siberia. All his intel on Makarov's plans and an agreement to testify before the US government. Shepard agrees, revealing that Makarov plans to destroy the Gora Dam in Verdansk in order to flood the city and kill its populace. Also, he can place the blame on Farah and the ULF. In addition to the information provided by General Shepard, the ULF has tracked the Kony Group to an airstrip in northern Urzikstan that they believe to be Makarov's forward operating base. Ghost and Soap infiltrate the dam and disarm the bombs planted by the Kony Group, stopping any risk of Verdansk being flooded. Farah's ULF and the remaining members of Task Force 141 attack the Kony airstrip with assistance from Graves, who's commanding a shadow company AC-130. They are able to locate the remaining stolen chemicals in a hangar and destroy them. In the midst of the battle, it is believed that Makarov is KIA. General Shepard, desperately wanting to take a win back to Congress to save his career, orders that they don't investigate the helicopter Makarov supposedly crashed in and to leave the area, though it is clear to Farah and Price that Makarov was not in the helicopter and is still alive. A few days passed and Shepard and Graves returned to the United States to testify to Congress about their actions while effectively turning on each other during the questioning. Graves let the congressional hearing know that Shepard gave him the orders to take out Task Force 141 during the events of Modern Warfare 2. This effectively ends General Shepard's career while saving Graves' shadow company. Meanwhile, Task Force 141 receives intel from Laswell and MI6 that the Kony Group is in London and that they have received comms from a Caesar 90, which is Makarov's call sign, confirming that he is very much still alive. The Kony Group is meeting with a hacker to obtain access to something, and Task Force 141 has to figure out what that is before it's too late. After locating where the hacker dropped the flash drive for the Kony Group, Ghost is able to plug into London's CCTV network and track their movements into a pedestrian tunnel. Task Force 141 and the Britain's SFO breach the tunnel where the Kony forces are located. Price acquires the flash drive and learns that the Kony Group has uploaded a Trojan horse into the train's network, giving them complete control of it. In addition, they get a positive confirmation on Makarov, along with the Kony Group boarding a train 10 minutes ago for the Eurotunnel. His plan is to trap the trains in the tunnel and destroy it, killing hundreds of innocent people. Task Force 141 and the SFO take a service tunnel in an attempt to stop the attack before it happens. Price and Soap are able to locate a large bomb that would completely destroy the tunnel and everyone else in it. When they attempt to defuse the bomb, Makarov ambushes them and attempts to execute both of them. Soap manages to intervene, but is sadly killed by Makarov. He manages to escape as Gaz arrives with reinforcements and defuses the bomb with Price. Following the conclusion of the operation, Price, Gaz, and Ghost scatter Soap's ashes off a cliff in Scotland while honoring his memory. However, the campaign has one final death. With the help from Laswell, Price infiltrates General Shepard's office and assassinates him. While Task Force 141 successfully stopped the Kony Group at great cost, Makarov is still very much alive and just biding his time till the right moment arises for him to strike again. My guess is that next time we see him, we'll be in Warzone 3. If you made it this far, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Make sure you drop a follow and a like, and I'll see you for the next video.